In a small town in Michigan, there were always rumors about the old bridge across the river. They said that after midnight, you could hear footsteps on it, but you couldn't see anyone. The old folks warned the teenagers to stay away. Supposedly, 2 kids disappeared there in the 70s and were never found. However, teenagers will be teenagers. The scarier the legend, the stronger the urge to test it. That's how Evan and Cody, 2 16-year-old high school students, ended up there. They had been friends since childhood and were almost always together. That evening, they were returning from a party when Cody suggested, "Let's take a detour to the bridge. You're not afraid, are you?" Evan didn't want to admit that a chill had already run down his spine. "Let's go," he replied, trying to sound confident. The bridge was old and creaky, made of dark wooden planks, some of which were rotten. The moon was shining dimly, and the river below them was murmuring as if trying to say something. They stopped in the middle of the bridge. It was quiet, too quiet. Cody smiled. "Hear that?" No footsteps. More stories. However, at that very moment, they heard the sound of footsteps behind them, as if someone was quickly approaching them. The boys turned around abruptly. Nothing. Only fog began to spread across the boards, rising from the river. Evan felt his heart beat faster. "Did you hear that?" "Of course I heard it," Cody said fearfully. "Maybe it's our echo?" A moment later, the footsteps repeated, now closer. And not just footsteps. They heard heavy, rasping breathing, as if someone invisible was behind them. The fog was getting thicker. It seemed to envelop them, hiding the bridge railing, and soon they couldn't even see the water below. The air became damp and cold. "We need to get out of here," Evan said. "Seriously, Cody, let's go." They started to back, but the further they walked, the more it seemed that the bridge would never end. "Wait," Cody stopped. "We've only been walking for a couple of minutes. Why is it so long?" Evan looked back and saw that there was endless fog behind them, too. It was as if the bridge had cut them off from the rest of the world. Suddenly, a dark figure appeared ahead. Tall, it had long arms. It stood with its head slightly bowed, slowly shifting from foot to foot. "This can't be," Cody whispered. The figure took a step. The boards beneath its feet creaked, proving that it was real. The figure's face was not visible, only 2 eyes glowing in the darkness. "Run!" Evan shouted. They took off without looking where they were going. The fog seemed to thicken, sticking to their skin, and behind them they could hear the sound of many feet getting louder. Not just one creature, dozens. When they stopped, gasping for breath, they realized that they could hear voices around them. The whispers of boys and girls, thin and drawn out like an echo. "Come back. Don't run away. You're already here." Evan covered his ears with his hands, but the voice still echoed in his head. He turned around and saw the outlines of children in the fog. Translucent silhouettes, distorted like reflections in water. Their faces were blank, but their eyes glowed brightly. The children ran like never before. Suddenly, a light appeared ahead, a lantern from the road. They rushed toward it, and in the next moment the bridge became normal again, short, creaky, illuminated by moonlight. The fog cleared. There was no one around. Only the river was rushing. Evan fell to his knees, gasping for air. "Are we out of here?" Cody was silent, staring at his palm. It was wet, but not from water. There was thick slime on his palm, as if someone had grabbed his hand. The next day they went to the sheriff and told him everything. He just smiled. "You're not the first ones who didn't believe this story. Everyone who was on the bridge and saw the fog over the river swore afterwards that they heard footsteps and saw children." In 1974, 2 teenagers disappeared there. They are still being searched for. Evan and Cody never returned to the bridge. However, sometimes, late at night, Evan wakes up because he hears footsteps in the room.